Okay, now let's look at addition and multiplication. So concatenation is addition. So let's look at okay, so this is going to display what T1 is, what T2 is, and then what the result of T1 plus T2 is going to be, right? And I missed a comma there. So you have T1 is that, T2 is that, and then T1 plus T2 is that. Now, since these are elements separated by commas, what Python has done is that it has created a new tuple with the first element being T1, the second element being T2, and the third element being T1 plus T2. So that's why you see the outer parenthesis. So that's the first element T1, second element T2, the third element T1 plus T2. It put the two together. Now you can multiply a tuple, like you add two tuples, you can multiply one tuple. So if you say T1 times 3, okay. Now that's just one element, T1 times 3. So that's why you don't have okay, a nested tuple. So this is not 4, 5, 6, one element, 4, 5, 6, the second element, 4, 5, 6, the third element. It's just one tuple with 9 elements. So you took T1 and made 3 copies of it and added it all to one another. Okay? Now unpacking tuple. So we have T1. T1 is 4, 5, 6, right? Now if you put that T6 on the right side and make sure that you provide the right number of variable names, then it will unpack the tuple and put the first element to the first variable, second element to the second variable, third element to the third variable, and so on. So here we have 3 elements. So let's say if we do A, B, C, if you want to print them one by one, then you have to use the print function. Oh, T6 is not right. T6 has more than 3 elements. Okay, so T6 has 1, 2, 3, 4 elements. That's why it gave me an error. So T1 has 3 elements. So now let's run it again. Okay, so T1 has 3 elements, so it just puts the unpacks the tuple and puts it into. Okay. Now another trick. Suppose you have A is 4, B is 5, right? Suppose you want to swap the elements. You want B to be 4, A to be 5. Then you can say B comma A equal to A comma B. So from cell 20, I have A is 4, B is 5. Now this code will swap the values between A and B. So now A is 5 and B is 4. Okay. That's not really an unpacking concept, but it's just part of it. It's related, sort of. Now if you have, see, remember our T6 had single element, and then list, and then the another single element, right? So if you say A, B, C, D equal to T6, then if you print C, you'll see that C is that entire list. Now one more way of unpacking tuple is, suppose if you're interested in only the first two elements and not the rest, or you want the rest of them to be, well not the rest, okay? So you can say A, B, okay. And of course if you're interested in only A and B and T6 has more than two elements, this code is going to give you an error because you have not provided it with sufficient number of variables. So if you're interested in only the first two and not the rest, you can do comma star underscore. Okay. What this will do is it will just discard the rest of them. Okay, so the rest of them is gone. Okay, so you get only the first two elements. Now suppose you want to capture the rest of the element, you don't want to discard them. Then instead of star, you give a variable name, say V1, and then underscore. So what this will do is the star underscore part, which was thrown away, okay, is now stored in the third, the variable V1, all the rest. The code is star V1, not the underscore. Star is the part which does that. The underscore means throw it away. Star is the rest of it. If you use underscore, then you're throwing it away. If you give a letter or a variable name, then the rest of it will be stored there. Okay, so you have A, B, and that part is V1. Okay, you want to just look at only V1. See, so V1 is this list and then 10.